I took a couple film classes and I was really interested in it. So maybe 2001. Being kind of thrown into it at an early age was always, kind of inspiring. And I kind of, loved it from that point on. Yeah, it was like a family thing. I wrote, it was like a short, it was like 12 minutes and it was awful, but it was fun. And, I learned a lot from that whole process. They just work their, way up through the ranks. So I feel like you could do it the route of, going to UCLA or UCI, type of work that if you know someone, it'll get you far. Honestly, just be passionate. If you were to go into an interview for like a production assistant, having no background, at least know your films, at least know directors, what genres you like, what you enjoy. And I feel like that's going to get you pretty far.
When I was in daycare during elementary school, there was nothing really else that like we could do other than like sit and draw, and so that's kind of where I got started in art, and then it just kind of became something as like a stress reliever for me. So I do a lot like creative writing, visual arts like painting, some like sculpture stuff, and past music, which is singing, piano, ukulele. There's some stuff where I just like sit down and draw whatever I want, but a lot of the stuff I use references to try and like ground me and give me like an idea of what I want to work from. So like a lot of it is self-taught. YouTube is a really great resource. I used a lot of that for the art stuff that I do. For music, I've taken like choral classes during middle school and now high school, and I've taken piano lessons, so that kind of was how I got into music. Sometimes with art, there's like this idea that you have to like understand it in order to get what its meaning is, but music is a little bit more universal, and you can hear it and just be like, oh yeah, I like that. The only classes that I've ever taken in art are music related, and for that, you get given a song and you have to like learn the parts for it. But when I do like singing on my own, I take whatever song I choose and then I learn all of the parts for it and put it all together so that it's like a bit more individualistic. I do actually hope to go into the arts, but also like, as I said, it's a stress reliever for me. So if like something is getting on my mind, I can feel free to just sit down and like doodle for an hour, and it like helps me work through things.
Hi, I'm Sarah Batty. I'm a junior at South High, and I'm a singer-songwriter. Some of my passions are singing, helping other people, theater. I showed my mom and my friends, and they all said that it was pretty good, so I just kept doing it because it was fun. I first started out with a bunch of different words, and then I tried to influence some of my feelings and other people's experiences to better understand what I'm trying to say. Mostly things or experiences I'm going through at the time. I tend to write more indie music and alternative music, but I like to write about everything.
did Bharatanatyam because traditionally Indian kids are either made to learn singing or dancing. I tried both and I liked Bharatanatyam more, so that's why I continued it, and I've been learning it since I was 3 years old. At my apartment, when I first moved to the United States, I learned it from a teacher in the apartment, and then I moved to India again. And then I learned it a little bit more. And then I came back to the US in 2011. I've been learning it from that teacher till now. I get to learn more about the Hindu gods because they each have their own story. And this is a way of showcasing it to the people who don't know about those Hindu gods. So that's one thing I really like about it.
In my head, it was like I was an elephant, and elephants are like my favorite animal. So it kind of just like, now I play the trombone. So I guess that's a fun story to tell. Photography, I got my first actual camera in my sophomore year. It was for my birthday. My favorite part about photography is always getting like the right angle and the right lighting, because it's so satisfying when it lines up perfectly and it's just like, wow, this is a solid photo. Absolutely. For me, I'm a really big performer, right? I'm always on stage, either leading an event or I'm performing. I'm like singing and dancing on stage for theater. So I'm always in the spotlight. And so photography is, I guess, an example of a time where I get to put other people in the spotlight. Photography is something you can take in the moment and keep it basically for the rest of your life. And so I think that's something that I really want to continue doing even after high school.
Hello everyone. Today we will be looking into the Department of Photography. We will be interviewing a student named Wyatt Cota for some inside information on what goes on during filmmaking.
This is Wyatt Cato, and I'm going to ask him a few questions about what he does. So, why did you start filmmaking? What made you start?
Probably seeing a lot of it on social media, and my brother was always really into it too. So I kind of just followed his footsteps, kind of used his gear, and just kind of took my own path, and then kind of gained my own style from seeing what like other people were doing and kind of mashing it together.
All right. And how do you think your filmmaking and photography will affect you after you graduate?
I'd like to go to some sort of art school for film or photo. I was looking at a couple schools down south in San Diego and Laguna, and hopefully one day work at some sort of brand or a film producing studio.
All right, thank you.
No problem.
Well, there we have it. A little interview with Wyatt and some of his epic works. I mean, look at this. Does this not look epic? Maybe you could use a little music, but we could save that for the end. Anyway, that's it from us, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye.